Welcome to Elite Author Boutique, your destination for understanding the art and business of ghostwriting. Our mission is to guide you through the ghostwriting process while offering insights that transform how you bring your ideas to life. But before we get into the meat and potatoes of this particular video, let's have a quick look at the outline of what we're going to discuss in this video. 1. What is ghostwriting? 2. Ways ghostwriting is done. 3. Can you write a book yourself? 4. Famous ghostwritten books. And then lastly, what's next if this is something that you might actually be interested in? So, let's discuss the definition. What is ghostwriting? Ghostwriting is when a professional writer creates a book or content on behalf of someone else. The author receives the credit while the writer works behind the scenes. In some cases, the agreement on credit does vary. And in terms of content that ghostwriters make for different people, it may vary as well. Ghostwritten content includes books, songs, scripts, blog posts, social media posts, whatever it is that can be written can be ghostwritten. And so we're going to talk about that, and we will also touch on the ethics of some of this in one of our other videos. So check out, I believe that would be our next video. That's going to be on ethics, episode number 2. But in this video, we're focusing on all the stuff that you might want to know if you might be looking for a ghostwriter. So, what are the ways that you can have your book ghostwritten? Well, ways ghostwriting is done are manifold. In this video, we'll discuss 3 main ways, the 3 most common ways. But in episode 3, we're going to discuss at least 7 different ways that you can have your work ghostwritten. So in this video, we're going to look at three ways. 1, dictation-based. 2, interview-based. 3, from scratch. Well, if you decide to use the dictation-based method, essentially what you're looking at is you record your ideas and the ghostwriter turns them into a manuscript. It's as simple as that. You could record them as audio clips, or you could have a diary that's available. You have notes from meetings that you've had in the past, or whatever it is that has your ideas recorded down. Your ghostwriter can turn those into a manuscript. So that's the first way, dictation-based way. Another way in which your book or whatever content can be ghostwritten is through the interview process, or interview-based way. Through interviews, the ghostwriter captures your voice and story. So when you decide to have a ghostwriter, you decide on, or you agree on, a schedule where you would be meeting each other. And during those meetings, the ghostwriter's job is to get all the information that they need to write your book for you. And not only just the information, but your voice, the story, your energy, your drive, whatever it is that gives you your essence, so that when they write the book, it is your book. The third way we're going to talk about in this particular video is from scratch. In some cases, ghostwriters can actually write your book for you with minimal input. The ghostwriter researches and writes the entire book. And this can vary in terms of how involved an author may decide they want to be. An author may say, well, I just want you to write a book for me on the difficulties of parenting in the modern world in my country. And so that ghostwriter has the scope and would be in a position to draft an outline which they could present to you to vet to see if they're working along the lines that you have in mind. And then if you approve that outline, your ghostwriter can go off and write chapter by chapter, which they check with you to see if you're on board with the progress that they're making. And if you're not, they would have to make whatever changes you want. And if you are on board, they continue moving along until the book is developed. In some cases, some authors may have an outline already prepared, which the ghostwriter would write based on. So the input varies, but it is relatively minimal when it's from scratch. And some authors may actually have partial manuscripts, or they may have written their book up to a certain point and just need someone to help them finish it, get it to the 100% mark. So that probably doesn't align with what's already here as these three options. But as you can see, there are more than 3 ways for your book to be ghostwritten. So, can you write a book yourself? You probably can. But the question is, are you able to master the key skills that you need to write this book successfully? See, writing a book isn't just writing. It's not just sitting at a computer and putting down ideas. Writing a good book involves, yes, writing and also storytelling and research, editing and revising, time management, audience awareness, and even marketing. So the question is, do you have the time to master all of these? You see, the writing itself may take time. Being able to sit yourself down at a computer and make yourself write is hard enough. But when you put in there research, the amount of time that you need to develop your book exponentially increases. So if you feel that you have the time and patience and ability to reach a level of proficiency within these skills that I have specified here, then you probably can write a decent book for yourself. But most people don't have the time to do this, or may not feel willing to develop all of these skills, especially if they're busy doing the thing that makes them want to share these insights. They may rather want to focus on the impact they're already making instead of having to sit down and do this. So making use of a ghostwriter is far more efficient and intelligent for a lot of people. So let's move on to famous ghostwritten books. You see, ghostwriting is more common than you think. Many best-selling books were actually ghostwritten. So I have here for you a list with 3 sections: business books, self-help and professional development books, memoirs, and biographies. And there are 10 books in total that I want to share with you, many of these that you have probably heard of. Business books: The Art of the Deal by the President of the United States of America, Donald Trump. That book, Art of the Deal, was ghostwritten by Tony Schwartz. Iacocca, an autobiography by Lee Iacocca, was ghostwritten by William Novak. Made in America by Sam Walton was ghostwritten by John Huey. Onward by Howard Schultz was ghostwritten by Joanne Gordon. The Real Deal by Sandy Weill was ghostwritten by Judah S. Crusaw. Now, in self-help and personal development books, Think and Grow Rich, which I think is a book a lot of us have actually read, by Napoleon Hill, was actually ghostwritten in parts by others, including revisions by later editors. A book by Jack Cranfield called The Success Principles was co-written with the help of ghostwriters. In the category of memoirs and biographies, the acclaimed book titled Long Walk to Freedom by Nelson Mandela, was ghostwritten by Richard Stengel. Open by Andre Agassi was ghostwritten by J.R. Mochringer. And Total Recall by the very talented Arnold Schwarzenegger was ghostwritten by Peter Petrie. So, that being said, I hope you can see, or we hope you can see, that you would not be alone when it comes to choosing ghostwriting as a viable option for getting your wonderful ideas out into the world. If you don't have the time, if you aren't interested or able to put in the effort to develop all the skills that are required to develop a good book, getting a ghostwriter is a good idea. So, that being said, what could you do next? If you'd like, you can go and watch our next video, which is on the ethics of ghostwriting. Some people worry about that, and we would like to address that. Wondering if ghostwriting is ethical? Well, you'll see what we think in our next video, where we explore that question. Don't miss it. And also, if you already understand that ghostwriting is a viable option, it's a service to help people with amazing ideas get their ideas, their insights, their know-how to the world at minimum time and effort for themselves, well, then you may want to watch our other video, which explores the ghostwriting process. I shared with you 3 types of ghostwriting processes, but in this next video, we're going to look at up to 7 different types of ghostwriting. Thank you so much for spending time with us, and please click on the next video and like, subscribe, and stay with us at Elite Author Boutique.